Good morning, welcome to Satsang. There is something which exists when you don't think, when you are not busy with thinking, with sensing, and with emoting. So that's what is referred by what you are. What is the common, the real nature of everything. And if one wants to figure it out through whatever experience, it becomes personal. So, in that way, to say, keep quiet, it is to address to the mind, for once, just keep quiet. Don't try to figure it out. And it is told to the senses also and to the emotions, not to consider them just for a moment, to simply be that fact of something existing, but not in the way we know. And that's what we say, that's what I am. That can be, otherwise one will always search for something. So it's of a great blessing of real quietness to realize that. Of course, in the life, it will not be obvious, but when it has been realized, one has a kind of attraction or wisdom to at least give a moment to that, which is always here, but it is hidden by our busyness with other things. That's all. So any difficulty, any question you have about it, please ask, or make me speak of something about that. Thank you. Yes, please.
So you talk about quietness, and I feel when I sit with myself and I feel still and quiet, it gave rise to something inside of me in the same time that I can't catch any thoughts around that, but it's more an energy inside of me.
That's already a thought.
Say
To say it is energy, it's already a thought.
okay.
Okay.
This makes sense.
So good.
I don't know what to say.
Normie, you know, it's like just what I see. You started very dramatically, and now you.
It's good.
To figure it out, it's always a personal interpretation, reading of things. So nothing wrong to do that, but one has to know. Then it's the mind. Then it's the mind. And the mind is extremely curious. He always wants to know, to figure out. Or the senses too, and emotions too.
It's either a theoretical
Sorry?
It's either a practical theoretical question, what I already wanted to ask since years. Yes, because I was not sure that it's so important for me. So when did the satsang start to you with Papaji? I mean, how far could you take as teaching his behavior, his life, or you maybe understand what I mean?
Continue, let's see.
So how far could you take his did you take all of his behavior as a teaching? So, yes.
I had to. I had to.
Okay.
Otherwise I would be washed away.
Okay. So all his movements. So
but this is the attitude of a student.
That I wanted to
because
ask.
He meets what is a student. It means there is a teacher, and the teacher indicates whatever he knows in the way he knows. And if you start to have a discrimination, oh, this I take, this I don't take, then who knows, who knows? It's a very personal choice. So I think the best attitude, when there is still an attitude, because there is still someone learning, is to transform everything into a teaching. And then, of course, when that's done, it's done. You are free to see whatever you see and to take whatever you take. Now, here, of course, one can mistake also. He can, but it's part of the journey. If, for example, he gave his trust to someone and then somehow that one doesn't fit his own something very deep, will put it into question to maybe learn somewhere else. But it's part of the journey, So nothing to regret about that. Did I answer?
Yes, thank you. And I.
Okay. Even if it is a challenge of, you say, okay, here I don't go there, but you should not cut off the link with the master, which is beyond the human, you know, it's a direction towards what is. So that has to be maintained. Sure, sure. Some people do otherwise, huh? But it's rare. Cases like Ramana, if it happened like this, let's say, and a few cases. But you see, the master, because the student doesn't hear, otherwise he tells, you have not to search, you have not to learn, you are already that. But one cannot somehow realize that or hear that, and then he makes his own journey. Till he hears. If you still believe things will happen in this world and in the mind or in the body or emotions, you make a journey. Huh? You make a journey. So that, yeah, it's unavoidable. It's a delicate question, I find, because there is then a tendency to idolatre the teacher if you take everything as a teaching. But when I say you take everything as a teaching, you see what effect or what was touched in you, and according to what you hear, the indications, then you make a work in yourself. It's not that you have to take, you have to put outside your trust and what you transform into teaching. It's really an inner work. So I continue because it's quite a question. I mean, you cannot excuse behaviors. So I mean to say, it's really take a teaching. It doesn't mean you excuse the behavior. Some behaviors are ethically, you don't want to accept them. But if you are confronted with that, you take it as a teaching for you. It's not an excuse about whatever you see. I don't know if I am clear, but it's quite a thing. Okay.
Totally.
Okay. Hi, Ganesh.
Hi. You say there is no screen and no movie. Can you say something about that?
If there is no screen and no movie, there is. Where can I tell the story? No, it's an indication it's an indication to show really what is will not show up as a something. It will not correspond even as a concept of screen, though it was a very good explanation for a while. But you cannot stay at the concept of liberation, even though it helped you all this time to remove your other concepts. No? You don't click? Well, after that you cannot speak, of course. I mean, there is no movie, and there is no screen. This is really the trying to describe what is. And you see, the mind cannot figure it out. The mind is puzzled with that. You cannot figure out. So don't figure it out.
You know, when you say that, actually, when you said that, I started to laugh.
Yeah, remember.
Yeah, and it was like a big release.
Yeah.
But I don't even know why.
Maybe the best. And don't try to trouble yourself now trying to know why. Yeah. The screen was removed, that's all. It's a big relief. No, you keep quiet. Don't go back to mind to try to know what's all this about. That's a good one. The slightest thought to figure it out feeds the search or feeds the finding, but then there is always someone. So
Hi.
hi.
So I had that moment where I realized the self, where there was no wishing or no thought, or thoughts were far away, but they didn't cause an emotion or
Okay.
And after that, or right now, I feel like I came back, but I didn't come back. And I feel like I'm in between. I can see the wishes of my personality, or it's like I didn't stay there, but
You are always
know,
there.
yeah.
It doesn't need you to stay there. It's always there. But you see, you said afterwards. I mean, afterwards, the mind reappeared. That he will always do till you are alive. But you took it as he will tell something true about it. And that's the mistake in a way. Because then, now, you are in trouble because you say, I am there, how to stay there, and you know, that is the mind It's because you believed in the reality of the mind, and that's why you say after it happened. So the mind will appear, not that it will disappear. What can disappear and what will disappear is that it's not the mind, that it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm.
That belief will disappear. Everything you can figure out is the mind. Everything. And if you feel busy, the mind make you believe that, but it's an impression. And what you saw before was absolutely not of that realm. So you have to know. Now you have the knowledge. You have the self-knowledge to know what's going on, and then it doesn't matter. Okay, things are going on or not, but from where all this happens, it's what I am. I'm not going to search anymore.
Mm. Yeah, everything else comes after.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, very good. So don't make exceptions, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it's not that you lose yourself. Your attention is just somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
eventually. And it will be. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. The thing is, when you try to figure out, since it is the mind, it will go on changing. And if you believe that some presentation was real, you will go on searching to realize again the same thing. And this is the drama of the seeker. You see? So at some point, one can hear, oh, what am I doing?
It will never stop when you go for
Yeah,
the search.
No, doesn't stop. After the beyond that you reach, there is another beyond and another beyond. That's the mind. It's funny, the word presentation, it's like the word present is there, but the present, the real present, is never presented. That's all. I mean, it's a big game, huh? No more questions, which is nice, but no more questions. Amazing. Amazing gathering. It's great. But don't hesitate if you have. There is no stupid questions or non-interesting questions. It's just not to be bothered by a question. That is important. You have no questions? I have nothing to say. Unless you provoke me, but... Mm. I can understand why in Lucknow, the latest years, Papaji was making singing and dancing everybody. So be careful.
Hi, Ganga.
Where are you?
See ya.
You want to dance?
Maybe for New Year's, yeah. We were speaking before about the connection with the guru or with a teacher.
Mm.
Is there such thing as like initiation in this path, or?
It's an initiation to meet a guru. That itself is an initiation. It is enough. Because you don't know in which mouth you fall. Huh? Tiger mouth. What more initiation?
Thanks.
It's too late.
Hey Ganga,
Yeah.
I remember this verse from Shankara
Mhm.
that he talks about Shri Guru Paduka Bhyam. Is blessed is the sandal of the Guru.
The son of the guru.
The sandals.
Ah, the sandals, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he was, wanting to smell it or something. He's like a
So why do you like that so much?
it's like an indication,
Yeah.
just like that,
Yeah.
to follow, the
Mhm.
footsteps of.
And if he loses his sandals, what happens? Generally they say the feet, because sandals you can lose.
Yeah. It's poetic.
Yeah, yes. But a philosopher also. He was a genius, huh? So young. Imagine, so young.
Yeah.
He wrote the best, at least as good as the best scriptures. He died. He also died at 33. If you're a genius, be careful. Yeah.
When you say you are that,
Yeah.
what is that?
We would not say that if we knew what it was. Impossible to figure out.
But it is useful, or I mean meaningful, to try to find it out.
No. We try all our life to find out.
So what are we doing here?
To hear this, don't find out and don't come back again.
So why would I come back if I don't want to find it out?
Why I come back?
Why would I come back?
It's because you don't find out, otherwise you would not. Or you would come, but you would not ask that question. So welcome as long as you want. But in fact, you are that. And it's exactly a sentence which cannot be a sentence. It cannot be in the dictionary normally. Because what does it mean? It's exactly that. And then you keep quiet. It means just keep quiet and try to figure it out. I am that.
And when you say keep quiet, you address the mind.
It depends on the day, but today I would say when you are that, naturally, let's say you keep quiet, but then it's not the quietness known. So you can say also keep quiet to the mind who wants to figure out, even if he was a moment not there, but he wants immediately to figure out. So if you hear that time, keep quiet, and if you trust the indication, you may not grasp the mind, you see, or you see that that's the mind, so there is nothing real there.
Some teachers in some traditions say you should want enlightenment as much as wanting air when you are drowning.
Yeah, it's true. I am among those.
And at the same time you say, don't search.
Ah, yes. Sure. So if somebody comes, he will hear, don't search, if his search is as important as his last breath. I make it well, huh? It was well said. Why one doesn't hear? Because it's still mixed with some other details of life. Importance, values, isn't it? Otherwise you could hear simply once, boom. You know, if you like the subject, as you like to have more a cup of tin koyo than somewhere else, but you still can go somewhere else to have a drink or something, then it is likings among other things. Nothing wrong, because that itself will make an impact in you, and you know, that is the long search after all. But at some point, you cannot go anywhere else. You see, it's today it's that or not. I'm fed up. I cannot pass a life dedicated to something I don't even know, and I don't then live well my life. At some point, you shake up, you wake up. So allow that moment to wake up. But for that, you really need this thirst or this fire. Huh? Just for a moment, it's enough. A moment is enough. It is not like a life off. You can't. You cannot be all the time in the paroxysm of, you know, but that moment. So don't lose that chance when you have that moment, that's all. Just here at that time, I am that.
So would you say that at a certain point in your life, this quest or this search becomes all important, so you dedicate yourself to it fully until
Until it's done.
but you cannot skip the phase of searching.
What do you mean? You
You cannot skip that phase, that
Yeah.
stadium of searching wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you try hard, but it comes back, sure. Sure.
Thank you.
Hi, Ganga.
Where
Here,
are you?
here.
Ah,
I feel like I have some repetitive in life. It's always coming the same. And yeah, and when I think I have to don't think, or when I just decide to be quiet, after a while I see the same. So I think maybe because I was quiet, didn't went away. So it's a little bit confusing.
yeah, but you see, actually the search is trying to change a pattern. Is it that?
Yes.
Yeah. It is not I want to know myself. It is I want to change something in myself that I know, and that the one I know is the one I feel, which makes me experience and think. So I would not say the same if that search is like that, because then it concerns some transformation, some possible way to change, which I understand. I mean, anyway, we all pass through that too. But the satsang tries to exactly not touch all those things, just to have a peep of, is there a background in all that? You don't listen. The Ganesh doesn't listen. Is there a is there from where it comes after all? And there you may realize, oh, there is like a non-personal something that people call God also, you know? Yeah, so about that, I understand if you psychologically keep quiet, it will not change your patterns. No. That's true. Unless you get, because you are quiet, you are a bit more conscious also of what's going on. That's also a benefit, in fact. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's well seen. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Please. But you know, in the end, we cannot escape the two search. If I divide, let's say, if you search, because anyway, you solved your ontological search, still the human being stays using, up to his death. So at least let it be a good human being, you know. Trying to. And if you tried first to transform and all, maybe because of those investigations, you may come also, oh, yeah, that is the apparent world. Maybe there is something else. So finally, you know, though there is no bridge, that's why I'd say we cannot understand really. Yet all is the same, you know. It's that's why your question has also complete value, and your remark is right, correct. After you will, yeah. Afterwards. Yeah.
I want to ask about, you could say that when you find your teacher or your guru, the search ends at that once when you are...
Oh, that would be fantastic. So you find him and then he disappears. That's great.
So you could say that in Ganga Mira's case, it happens like this?
No, I took how many years? 29 years near him. No, he didn't disappear so quickly. No.
But it's a pointer to the master. You could say that without a teacher, it's to be in touch with this. It will not be possible by your own.
Some people say it's possible. I'm just not one of them. Of course, everything is possible. It's more rare, I would say, but yeah.
Hello. Hi. Okay, that's a stupid question.
No, there is no stupid questions.
And it could be answered many ways. But when you want to be really good at something, but you just cannot reach it, what do you do?
I am furious, or I'm frustrated, or
Perfect.
or if I am in my wise mood, I would say, okay, it doesn't matter. Relieved?
It doesn't really matter.
That's not so easy as you think. Yeah. You see, when you acquire a certain philosophy or certain wisdom or whatever, know that it's very relative, that at any time, even if it is after 20 years, suddenly you have a panic attack for something, and I tell you, you will rush to take a pill or to go to a doctor or to go to a guru just to fix you temporarily. So it means there is, the human tries to do as it does. It's not about that what you are. It's really not about that, because there is no real solution. Everything is relative. Everything. The one who pretends forever I have attained something, forget it. It's a lie, or he has not yet confronted a challenge. Then the death will be a challenge. I mean, it's better not to pretend. Yeah. And don't fall into cynicism. It's also a thought. Just keep quiet. Yeah. Here.
So I am one of those who wake up every morning with that wish. It should be the last. It should be the day.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't have. I think I know already totally what you are speaking about. I left all my tools to reach it in front of your legs. Is there anything more? But I can't.
But you have to leave your thought also that you have to attain anything. When you wake up, don't have a thought, or don't grasp a thought. Why should you grasp it? It is the day to day. First of all, it's very long, 24 hours. Then it should be just now if you have that thought, because it will happen only just now. Why you have still this thing that it is something to be attained?
Last satsang I had this very moment when you put this question, what is enlightenment behind without darkness is not important, but then you created, or this moment created by itself what you are mentioning now, where I did not grasp anything, but that's the question that I still.
But why you grasp the question? You are not, you make a compromise, that's why. Why a single question, even if it is about enlightenment, is important? Why?
Compromise in which way?
In the way that you take the question as something which will be solved. It's not the question which is solved. It's when you don't take any question anymore or any answer anymore. Then it's solved. You are attached to this question. But then you have the consequences of it. So you want to be freed, or you want to attain liberation? Yes.
But I did not.
Yeah, you understand very well, actually. Yes, this is better than any understanding. Yeah.
Hello, Ganga. Just been sitting with this attitude to on the altar. There was always with the guru. I never knew. I always wanted an attitude of reverence and devotion, and that was kind of on one level beaten into me, and another level was a natural wanting, you know. But now, without that projection, there is this inner attitude towards I am.
Yeah.
And I think I know that the mind cannot hold on to any attitude because.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, can the mind so be in love with its source that attitude becomes natural rather than a contrived? Because anything that's contrived is false, yeah, and so it's going to fail.
Yeah, it will be natural, so don't worry.
Okay.
In fact, you speak of someone who is in love with what is, and that can be also your life. Why not? You know, but it's coming naturally or in a natural way, differently. Don't worry. I mean, really. What is anyway sorry, is not touched by anything. It produces, it creates everything and makes everything disappear, but it's not affected by anything. Only someone is affected in a good way or whatever. Yeah? I'm sorry. It's not that I am the calf, it's something. Oops. Anyway, it's nearly time. Nearly New Year. One last something that we can live in the old year. And that old year will never come back. Anyway, thank you very much, and I thank this year whatever has been there, and I wish to everyone to have a fresh start in the freshness of eternity.